What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the top 5 best builds in the new Supercell MMO MoCo. In this guide I will cover 5 different weapons with their each setup and playstyle. So we will go over the best gadgets, passives, rings, then even the most optimal mounts in our general gameplay, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. And by the way, these setups are made for every single content, so open world, rifts, solo and PvP. So, moving over to the first setup, which is the Wolf Stick build. This is the most popular weapon. The Wolf Stick is a single target powerhouse, which makes it a go-to weapon for boss fights and solo play, but it lacks strong AoV capabilities. Therefore, this build compensates for those weaknesses by adding AoV gadgets and passives to help clear groups of enemies efficiently. Vitamin Shot is a must-have, as it heals both you and your pet while boosting the attack power. Then Pepper Spray slows and controls crowds, allowing you to group up enemies for the smart fireworks to hit them with the maximum efficiency. Then Vampire Teeth will provide sustain for solo play, while Explode-O-Matic Trigger and Unstable Laser will add AoV damage, which makes it much easier to clear waves in Invasion Rifts. This setup makes the Wolf Stick versatile, allowing you to melt bosses while still being able to handle multiple enemies when needed. As for my choice of rings, I went with the Explosive Ring, Echo Ring and the Frenzy Ring, while Ride and Elite Module is more of a preference, so right now on all of my builds I'm using the Turbo Chicken as a Ride and the Elite Dash for Elite Module. The Wolf Stick is a summoning weapon that becomes available at level 4. Its primary feature is his ability to summon a wolf companion for every 10 attack. The summoned wolf will target the same enemy as a player, so it will deliver consistent damage. On top of this, on its 6th attack, the wolf will perform a body slam, dealing increased area damage and stunning non-boss enemies. Strategically, the Wolf Stick will excel in single target scenarios, by offering sustain combined with DPS for both the player and a wolf. However, our effectiveness will diminish when facing large groups of enemies, so to mitigate this, we use our specific setup, but additionally, integrating the portable portal weapon will provide versatility, allowing for more balanced approach to various combat situations. And finally, in the raid settings, specifically against formidable bosses, the Wolf Stick will become super powerful. The Summon Wolf not only contributes additional damage but also serves as a tank, by drawing the enemy attention and absorbing damage. This allows us to maintain offensive pressure while managing the battlefield dynamics more effectively. And remember that for optimal results, you must coordinate with the teammates and utilize healing support, which will significantly enhance our DPS during challenging encounters. Next up we have the Techno build. This is a hybrid weapon that doesn't excel at either single target or AoV damage, so the setup focuses on making them more well-rounded. This automatically makes it one of the best builds in MoCo for close quarters. The Vitamin Shot will speed up attack combos, helping you to reach more powerful Megasphere attacks more quickly, while Monster Taser adds reliable single target burst damage and also triggering Explode-O-Matic Trigger in the denser enemy packs. Then our Pepper Spray will replace the smart fireworks in this setup because the fists need more consistent damage output rather than relying on long cooldowns. Our passives will focus on both AoV and single target boosts, with the Auto Zapper providing extra consistent damage and Unstable Laser reinforcing our build's overall DPS. So our setup makes the Techno Fist feel much more fluid and satisfying, by turning them from a mediocre weapon into a surprisingly strong choice for most fights. One of our biggest gameplay features is that we can launch energy balls that ricochet multiple times, and with every 10 attack releasing a Mega Ball that deals increased splash damage, while the Ricochet and Mega Ball skills will make the Techno Fist effective against groups that may not be as effective against larger enemies or bosses. Therefore, they're the best suited for dealing with small groups of large enemies. And to enhance the effectiveness of the Techno Fists, I recommend to consider pairing them with gadgets that complement their strengths. So first, alternatively, you could try the Smart Fireworks. This gadget sets fire and inflicts splash damage on multiple enemies around us, and synergizes very well with the ricochet effect of the Techno Fists. Or perhaps you can even try to think about the Boombox, which generates a damaging area around the player and stuns non-boss enemies, by providing crowd control that complements the Techno Fist splash damage. I personally recommend to follow my specific build, but also experimenting and trying out new things never hurt. Then for our third build we have the Monster Slugger setup. If you enjoyed the starter weapon at the beginning of your journey, then it becomes even one of the most powerful best builds in the late game. The monster slugger has naturally strong AoV damage, meaning that this build doesn't need to rely too much on AoV gadgets like the pepper spray, but instead it leans into the weapon strength with the smart fireworks for burst damage or the monster taser to supplement its weak single target output. The explode-o-matic trigger and unstable laser combo will ensure massive chain reaction explosions, which makes this weapon excel in clearing waves of enemies quickly. Meanwhile, the vampire teeth provides sustain, making the slugger a great option for fast-paced farming or high-density encounters. This build turns the slugger into the ultimate speed-clearing weapon, which is perfect for mowing down a group of enemies in few seconds. As the player engages enemies, they will build up a combo bar, and once filled it will trigger a powerful big swing. This swing not only deals increased damage to the enemies in front, but also slows down non-boss targets, which offer us both offensive and crowd control advantages. For this build alternatives, I have two options for you. So either way, go with the gadget like the boombox, which creates an area around you that inflicts damage and stun non-boss enemies for 1.5 seconds. Or perhaps try out the snow globe, which deals damage in an 8-meter radius and slows non-boss enemies by 40% for 5 seconds. Both of these are good, but it depends on your personal preference. And lastly, for passive alternatives, you can try the auto zapper, which electrocutes an enemy every 3 seconds and adds consistent damage output. Then for one of the last ones, I have Staff of Good Vibes build. The Staff of Good Vibes build is primarily a support weapon, designed for Rift play and best MoCo healer setups, meaning that our build is focused on healing and utility. The Vitamin Shot will allow for strong burst healing through its combo-based mechanics, while the Splash Heal will add extra layers of sustain, making this an excellent choice for healer players. The Pepper Spray will help control crowds and slow enemies, by giving our team more breathing room, while passives like the Explode-O-Matic trigger and the Unstable Laser provide some AoV firepower, ensuring that this healer build is not entirely passive. And lastly, the RB mixtape enhances healing capabilities, by making this one of the best builds for dedicated support players. If you want to be the backbone of your team, then this is the build for you. In MoCo, while there's not a specific healer class, certain builds can incorporate healing abilities to support allies or enhance survivability. And one such a build is our setup, which utilizes allies and healing gadgets to maintain team's health and control of the battlefield. As our build is mainly for support, so we have a huge gadget and module variety to choose from. For me personally, the top 4 alternative gadgets are the Splash Heal. This provides AoV healing to allies, ensuring sustained support during engagements. Next we have the Multi-Zapper. This targets multiple enemies with electric shots, by offering crowd control and damage. Then also we got the Monster Taser. This stuns enemies, providing control over the battlefield, and reducing threats to the team. And lastly we could go with Smart Fireworks, which distracts or damages enemies, that adds versatility to any build. Or then we could also go with amplifiers. My top 5 recommendations is the Pet Health, which increases durability of summoned allies. Next we have the cooldown reduction, that allows for more frequent use of our abilities. Then also we got Speed, which enhances movement or attack speed. Then also we have the Pet Crit, which boosts the critical hit chance of summoned allies. And finally we got the Gadget Crit, which increases the critical hit chance of gadgets. Overall, our build emphasizes a balance between offense and support, allowing players to contribute to the damage output while maintaining support to our team. And then for the last and final build, we have the Toothpick and the Shield setup. If you are looking for one of the best MoCo tank builds in the early game, then this is for you. The Toothpick and Shield is one of the few weapons that completely disregard the Vitamin Shot, because it lacks a combo attack. Instead, this build focuses on maximizing survivability and tanking potential while still maintaining some damage. Smart Fireworks and the Monster Taser gives this build much needed AoV and single target presence. The Splash Heal replaces self-sustained gadgets like the Vitamin Shot, and is more useful for the frontline combat. The Vampire Teeth provides some passive healing, while the Smelly Socks are great for reducing damage taken while surrounded by the enemies. Explode-O-Matic trigger adds more burst damage when dealing with the large groups. This build is designed for high-end Rift play, allowing you to soak up damage while still contributing to the fight with controlled AoV and stuns. In MoCo, the Toothpick and Shield build is designed for close-range combat, by emphasizing durability and crowd control. This build leverages specific gadgets, modules, and amplifiers to enhance the survivability and effectiveness in melee engagements. The combination of the defensive gadgets and healing modules will ensure sustained engagement and survivability. My recommended amplifiers is the Health, which increases overall health, improving durability in combat. Next we got Dodge, which enhances evasion capabilities, reducing the chance of taking damage. Then also we could use Heal, which boosts healing received, ensuring quicker recovery during battles. Next we have Cooldown Reduction, that decreases the cooldown time of gadgets, allowing for more frequent usage. And finally, we are using the Heal Crit, which increases the chance of critical hits by providing significant heal restoration during critical moments and much more. So let me know what you think about these builds in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous build and tier list video, where I showed even more powerful builds, so click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.